Hello guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you here and I hope you're gonna enjoy your time. So today we're gonna talk about the, let me scoot back, Beauty Bay guest list. What is it called? Guest list beauty box. So it's this huge box that basically Beauty Bay released. It contains 13 products with the value of £143. I should have done my job properly, haven't I? £142, but it only costs 50. And I visit Beauty Bay quite often. I love their website. I like ordering from them. I've done so for years, and when I've seen this, I'm like, oh my god, I need to get it. So I asked for an email notification when it drops, and I ordered it. I feel like the value is really good. I looked at what product is going to be in it, so it's not like a mystery box. You could tell it from straight away what products it includes, and everything in here is cruelty free, which was amazing, which is, you know, that was my main reason behind ordering it as well, because there were quite a few brands in there that I wanted to try for a while. Apart from Inglot, I think Inglot is a bit of a grey area at the moment, because I think they don't ask for a proof from their suppliers if all ingredients are cruelty free. I think that's the reason. I'm not too sure, but anyway, it contains 13 products. And apart from that one, all of them are definitely cruelty free. So I was really excited to receive this box. Oops. And I feel like, oh come on, I feel like £50 is an amazing value. I really like the box. It came in like this colourful sleeve. Let's put it in the background. And the box is like a really sturdy shoe box style white box, which I'm definitely gonna keep. It will be perfect for sending parcels. And you know, it's nice and thick cardboard, and then you have all the goodies inside. Now this is a first impressions video, so you will see me do swatches and then also create this look with all these products. The only thing that was not in there but is new as well is the Nabla new skin tint, which the Skin Realist, and I love the box as well. It's this super pretty ombre box with gold on it, but let me not get sidetracked. So it's a first impressions. The only time I try this product is when, well, I didn't try it first. I opened the box just to make sure everything got here, and then I opened the box before filming so I can get like second clips of, you know, me swatching the products and all that, so I can show it to you. But this is the first time I tried them on my face, and I like 99% of them. I will tell you the few duds I'm not too sure about, but apart from 2 products, I loved all of them. So I'm gonna just grab a random thing from the box, and then we're just gonna talk about the products, and then I will show you how they applied. So I will have timestamps down for everything if you want to just, you know, watch one part or another, but I'm gonna hop into it because this is already gonna be a super long video. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is the Beauty Bay Oil Controlling Prime Mist. Why was that so hard? Now, since this is the first impressions, I'm not too sure about the oil control. I didn't really wear it for long enough, if I'm honest, but you know, so far my skin looks fairly matte, even though I use a really nice dewy base. So I think that side of the things should work, even though my skin is not the oiliest. It's fairly combination, but it also promises to work as an eyeshadow primer, which so far they are not creasing, but again, it's not the hottest day to day. So we'll see how that goes. I can report back on that later, but also it says it's going to help with fine lines and pores. Now, while it minimizes them a little bit, you will see it later up in close-up shots that I don't think it exactly did that. So we'll have to see. Hopefully it does actually control the oil. I will report back on that later on. As a first impression, I think that side of it should work, but it doesn't necessarily help minimizing pores and stuff. So I think with that you will need a little bit of extra, but you know, so far I don't hate it. I don't love it either. I think that's one of those products that needs a bit more, you know, testing out. Now, a product though that I think is one of my favorites, if not my most favorite thing from the whole box, is the Kimchi Drama Queen, the Unboring Highlight Palette. I mean, we know I love colors, I love a good glow, and this is a really nice and intense. I love this. The quality of it is amazing, the shine is amazing, you will see it from the swatches. Obviously, not all colors are quite conventional in there, like the green one I think I can only use if I do like a colorful look, and I will probably only use it on my eyes. The yellow one I can actually imagine using it on the cheeks, even though I will have to make sure I use like a matching blush because otherwise I'm quite pale, so it's not gonna work. The pink one can easily be used as a blush topper. This one can be used with the eyes, and then the other two are colors that I can actually use on my pale self. So I think this can be a highlighter palette that works on a variety of skin tones. I'm blown away with this. Also, let me get you the actual numbers for the products of how much they cost. Let me just bring it up. I should have been better prepared, shouldn't I? I clearly cannot talk anymore either. Okay, so the primer spray is £10, and then the kimchi palette is £22.50, which, if you ask me, it's totally worth the price. I love it. This is definitely something I'm gonna get loads of use out of. Next up, we are going for the BH Cosmetics Flower Power Blush Palette. Now, this is something that I had my eyes on anyway. I haven't really tried, to be fair, I haven't really tried much from these brands. Like Beauty Bay, I tried a few things, but not an awful lot. Kimchi, this is my first introduction to the brand, and based on this, I definitely want to try more things. You know, since I've seen her on Drag Race, I wanted to try her brand. Well, she launched her brand after Drag Race, but you know, I really like that palette, so I would happily try more from the brand. And it's the same with BH Cosmetics. I wanted to try a few of their things, but I don't think I actually own anything from them. So I had my eyes on this anyway. I love blushes and I love the colors in this. I think my favorite up on swatches is Psychedelic, which is what I applied on my cheeks as well. And they are super pigmented. There's a little bit of a kick-off in the palette, so I would keep that in mind. But also, these will last you for absolute ages because you need the smallest step in with your brush. So I would recommend to use a brush with these that picks up only a small amount of product. Otherwise, it's going to be way too much and way too pigmented. And, you know, you want to be careful. But I really rate this palette so far. I think this will be more of a palette for you if you're like a light to medium skin tone. I think if you go more from like a medium to deep, it might be a bit too light. So, you know, it's definitely not for every skin tone in my opinion. But if you want this box but you're a deeper skin tone, you know, you can give this to one of your friends as a gift. I think this would make a really nice gift to someone with a light to medium skin tone. So it still suits a variety of people, just not someone with really deep skin. This palette was £10.50, so far we are at what? £10.50, £20.50, like around £44. So roughly these three products already paid for the whole box basically. The next item is an eyeshadow palette, and we all know how much I love a good eyeshadow palette. So this is the Beauty Bay Nude 16 color palette. Now, I haven't tried many Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes so far. I tried the, let me grab that since it's right next to me, the Sunset Horizons. So for reference, this one is a little bit smaller for for size. How many shadows do they each have? This one has 16 colors. The Sunset Horizons have 20. So that's the size difference, I guess, explained, but obviously they are really different. This one is super colorful, whereas this one is completely the other end of the spectrum. If you are a neutral lover, I think you would really like this, or if you're like me who has a huge colorful eyeshadow collection, this can be a nice addition because you have a lot of different shades in here, and the top row is basically all your really nice transition colors, but then you also have a black so you can deepen up any look. The only shadow that I don't really get is a silver lining, which is this silver that almost leans into blue. I don't really know what that's about. I really rate this palette. I think it's a really good neutral palette. Also, you can use them either dry or you can wet your brush, and then the pigment will be even more intense. So, you know, you can definitely play around with the formula. It has, hold on, 7 mattes and then 9 shimmers. So I feel like they could have included a bit more mattes, but that is my only thing really. But you can definitely get loads of cohesive looks out of this. Now they will all be quite similar, if I'm honest, just because they're all neutral, but then you have more warm tones, you know, a few more cooler tones as well. You can go more copper or more bronze or just a champagne color if you like use, let's say, this shade and, you know, those shades in the crease. So you have a few options still. Now the black blends out really easily, so if you just want a full-on black smoky eye, I don't know how well it would last and work for that, but for what I wanted to use it to just darken up the other corner, why was that so hard to say, I think for that it works really well. So far I'm really impressed with this palette. Another palette I tried from them, I didn't get there. Actually, I tried 2 more. I have the Nikki Tutorials palette and also the Pastels palette. So based on, you know, the other 3 palettes and this one, I would say that Beauty Bay has an amazing eyeshadow formula, which I heard anyway, but you know, I can confirm based on these 4 palettes, I really agree with that statement. And I definitely gonna get some more use out of this. I feel like this is like a perfect all year round palette as well, because you have the warm tones, you have the cool tones. So I feel like whether you have a lot of shadows that are colorful or you're a neutral lover, you can definitely, you know, use this in your collection. And let me find the price. So this one is £10 again, so definitely, you know, just with these 4 products you already got the price of your box, and you still have 9 products left. So already just the first 4 products have paid for the box already, which I think is incredible. Next up, let's talk about an eyeshadow brush, since we already talked about the eyeshadows, and this is the Mitchell, I think the number is 3, but let me find the actual name of the brush because it's a really funny name that I like. Okay, I found it. So this is the Made by Mitchell ME3 eye brush. That's called the Tapered Tickler. Hilarious name, and it's £10. Which, if I'm honest, I might get a few more of these because I find that this is the perfect size. Not necessarily for the whole crease, like you will see that I like something a bit bigger for my transition shade, like the Blancamus E42, but for putting the darker shade like right in the crease, this is the perfect size for that. And it helps to blend the shadow really easily. I mean, the shadows blend easily anyway, so they're really nice shadows. But also, this brush is just the perfect size. It blends, it feels really soft, it feels really nice quality. I also quite like the color, like it makes it easy to, let's say if I put it in my brush pot, then, you know, it makes it easy to see, which I know might be a trivial thing, but I have a lot of brushes, so if I want to find one of my favorites and it's a different color, it's easy to spot, and I feel like this will definitely be one of my favorite brushes because it's such a perfect size again for the crease. I really love this, and I think for £10 this brush is definitely worth it, and I might get a few more because I'm the obsessed person. If I like a brush, I want to own more than one, and this definitely gives me confidence to try more of his brushes. And I also want to try a few of his products, so hopefully that is coming soon, but you know, I need to rein up how much I spend. But I really love this brush. Definitely worth the £10, you know, price tag, even if you don't get this box. But moving on for something else that's for the eyes, and I was not blown away by, is the Nabla Serial Liner. Now, as I mentioned, I bought this as well, together with this order actually. I just decided to throw it in because I wanted to try a few more foundations. I feel like I haven't really bought many lately, but I really love this tinted moisturizer. But the Serial Liner, I'm really sorry, but no, I'm not a huge eyeliner person anyway, but I like a gel liner, and I also love a felt tip liner. So the format of this is, you know, I like that. I also like how fine the tip is, and in theory, I should love this, but even when I shake it up, you will see it on the swatches as well, and later on I will swatch it next to the Kat Von D as well. I feel like this is not black enough, like it's just not opaque enough. and it took me quite a while to build it up. And then also when I wanted to like fill out the outer little triangle of my liner, I just struggled because it was just not black enough. So while I will definitely use it up because I already have it, if I would go and repurchase a liner, I would repurchase my Kat Von D, which now I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. So for reference, the Kat Von D has 0.55 mils in there, and this one 0.8. So this has a little bit more product in there. The size is roughly the same. Yeah, there's not really a size difference. The knob has a little bit more product in there, but even so, I just don't feel like the formula is as good as the Kat Von D one. So if I have to choose between the two felt tip liners, I would say the Kat Von D is better. Now, yeah, no, it's better. This one I could live without if I'm honest, but you know, it's good to try different things. And I haven't worn a winged liner or a bat winged liner in ages, so I guess it's nice for that it made me want to use more liner products. But yeah, that one I could live without. And while we're on that, let's get the other thing out of the way that I'm not too fussed about if I'm honest, which is the Inglot False Lash Effect Mascara. And I don't like it too much. You will even see it later and I will have a close-up when I'm applying it. I feel like I'm wearing 2 layers at the moment, but I feel like it just clumped my lashes together. Now, it definitely made them a little bit longer. I don't feel like it gave them a lot of volume, if I'm honest, which I thought as a False Lash Effect mascara, it's going to give them both length and volume. I feel like it gave them length, but rather than volume, it just clumped them together, which is, I don't like it. I could live without this mascara, if I'm honest. Oh, let me give you prices as well. Sorry, I forgot. So the Nobler liner is $14.50, so it's definitely cheaper than the Kat Von D. I think that's around like the 28, no, it's £18, isn't it? Or something around the £20 mark, but I would definitely spend the extra coins on that if I'm honest. The mascara is £14. I would definitely say just, you know, unless you got it in this box, save your coins. I don't think it's worth it. In 1 layer, it barely does anything, and then in 2 layers, it just clumps the lashes together. I don't like it. I would just rather not spend the £14. It's fairly affordable. It's not the cheapest. It's not the most expensive either. But I would say for £14, you get, you know, you can get a lot better mascaras. Even just spend on the Essence Lash Princess, and you know you're there. Buy that one and skip this one. I really don't like it. Now, one thing that I haven't used is the Sosu Premium Lashes. These are £5. And because I'm only at home today and cooking, like it's already 5 o'clock, there was not much point for me applying it. I'm also not a huge false lash wearer, and oh my god, I put black eyeshadow on my fingers and I put it all over my forehead. How long has that been there? This is not the first time I'm doing it either. Just keep watching and you will know what I mean. Let me clean the mess up. Alright, I cleaned up my face, so I don't have a black smudge like Simba style on my forehead anymore. And we can move on with the box. False lashes are nice. I'm not a huge false lash wearer, but I'm still quite happy it's in the box because, you know, sometimes I do go for a false lash, so it can be nice. Let's move on with the box. We still have quite a few products to talk about. One thing I quite like actually is the Simple Beauty Brow Gel. And I think it only comes in this one color. Now, the one thing I would say, I applied this like 40 minutes ago or so, and my brow still feels a bit sticky. So I'm not too sure how to feel about that. I wonder if I put a bit of powder on top of it. Let's try that now, because why not? Yeah, that actually helps. I mean, you only want to do that really with a light layer of translucent powder. I don't know if it made my brows a little bit lighter, but the one thing I would say is that it makes my brows still sticky, and I applied it 40 minutes ago, so I don't know if I'm applying too much. I don't think I applied more than any other brow gel that I used before, but I quite like it, and I was a bit skeptical in the beginning because it looks white. And, you know, I have quite dark hair and quite dark brows, so I was a bit worried. I'm like, is it gonna... I'm sorry, I have my hair in my mouth. Okay. Doing great today, but I was a bit worried that this might make my brows look a bit white if it doesn't dry properly. It's sort of like eyelash glue, where you apply it and then while it's wet and tacky, it's white, but then as it dries it turns into this transparent color. And I have to say, I like how my brows look. They look quite fluffy and they definitely feel like they're not going to move, but again, they stayed a bit sticky. Although now that I set it with a powder, that's gone, and I don't really think like it disturbed my brow color much, so that might be an option. But I am quite impressed with this. It's a really good brow gel. If you have really fluffy brows, I think this would do a great job of keeping them in place. Oh, it's actually out of stock at the moment, is it? Yes, it's out of stock, but it's £4.95. We still have 4 more products to talk about. So one of them is the Makeup Academy Blush Liquid Cream Blush in the shade Watermelon, and I love this. Oh, it says you can use it on the lips either. Of course, most cream blushes you can. Now, I think this one is really affordable. So these are £3. I think that totally is worth the money. They are still available on the website, these boxes, so I highly recommend snatching one up. But these blushes are only £3. It will last you for ages because they are super pigmented, and I love it. This shade as well is really nice and bright, so I love Watermelon, so it already got me with the shade name, but they look really nice and pigmented on the cheek. It's quite easy to work with as well. I popped a bit on the back of my hand and then used a wet beauty sponge and then just patted it on my cheeks. I think it's really nice. If you go overboard with cream blushes, you can always just use your foundation brush or blender and then tap it over it, so it helps with that as well. But I think this is definitely worth the £3. It doesn't look like a lot, but it still comes with 10 mils of product, which is so much. And again, they are super pigmented, so you're not going to need a lot. Also, it sort of reminds me of school. You know when you had like these little paint tubes in art class? That's what it reminds me of. You know, it's a simple packaging, but I feel like this is a really great product. So I'm really happy that that was in the box. MUA is another brand that I haven't used an awful amount of, so I'm happy to try new things. Definitely, I love trying new things. Who am I kidding? I love makeup. And last but not least, we have 3 lip products left. One of them is the Cash Beauty Rust Nude Lip Liner. Now I feel like this is a really nice typical nude color. I really like the fact that it's like a wooden pencil as well, so you can just sharpen it when you want to. It is quite similar to, I would say, like the MAC lip liners, although the formula feels a little bit softer than those ones, but the color is definitely something that will suit a good variety of people. I have to say, I cannot necessarily say that of all the products. Like, I think this blush, just like with the BH Cosmetics blush palette, this will be only more for like a light to medium. Actually, it will look amazing on a medium skin tone, but not necessarily on deeper skin tones. I feel like this might be a little bit too much, or not show up enough. I'm not too sure which end, but I'm not sure it will work on really deep skin tones. But this liner on the other end, I think will work great on a variety of skin tones because it's your typical nude liner. So I think this is a great addition to anyone's, you know, makeup collection. Also, I haven't tried anything from Cash Beauty before, but I follow her on TikTok, so I will link her below. I wanted to try quite a few things from her brand before, but again, you know, I'm trying to save for a house, so I'm trying not to spend too much money on makeup, even though I'm massively failing all the time. But I was really happy that something from her brand was included as well. That's why I love this box so much, because it included all these brands that I haven't necessarily tried before. So I feel like they did a good job of including newer brands and a good selection of different brands to try. And that liner retails for $7.95. So, you know, even if it's not in a box, I feel like that's quite good value for the pencil. I really like it. Then we're gonna move on to the Nude Sticks Lip Glaze, and I have the shade Nude 04. So this one actually retails for £24, and now I don't know whether it's because it comes in like a tin casing usually, whereas in this box it was just thrown in like this, but honestly I don't think I would have used that tin case anyway, so I don't care that much about not having that in there. But I really like the shade of it. It's a really nice pink. Let me apply a little bit more anyway, because I wore mine off by drinking. Now, since it's more of a lip gloss rather than like a liquid lip, obviously It's not gonna be as long lasting as a lipstick, which I was not expecting it to anyway. So like now, if I drink, obviously this is gonna disappear from the lips, but it's a lip gloss, so I don't mind that. I love the color. I also really like the tube. It feels like a really sturdy plastic. The applicator just applies a good amount of product as well, and I really like this product. The only thing I'm not mad about is that it has mint in there, so it has this really tingly feel on the lips, which I'm not mad about, if I'm honest. I'm not huge about lip plumping, tingly lip glosses, so if you're into it, you're gonna like it. But even if you're not, like I am, it's not, you know, plumping and tingly to the point where it hurts my lips. If I'm honest, I don't think it really plumps them, but I never feel like those things work, at least on me. And I don't enjoy the tingly feeling, so, and I feel like the original £24 is a bit steep. Would I spend that much on a lip gloss? I don't think I would, if I'm honest, not full price anyway, so it's nice to have something higher value being in the box, because just this one lip gloss is roughly the same price, whoopsie, as, you know, the highlighter palette. So I know that I would have not necessarily spent money on this, not while it's full price anyway. If it goes on discount, probably, but not at full price. And last but not least, we have the Soda We Got You Babe Diamond Sugar Glitter Lip Gloss, and you know, that describes this pretty well. It has a really nice shifting glitter to it, so it shifts to like pink or gold depending on the light. I really like this, and it doesn't feel glittery on the lips at all. It actually feels really nice and smooth, and it retails for £5.50, which, you know, it's fairly cheap. It has quite a bit of product in there. Does it say how much product it has in there? I don't think it does, but you know, it's quite a good size. Let me find something else next to it. Like, compared to like a Fenty Mini Gloss or the Colourpop Luxe Gloss, that is the size. So it's just a bit smaller than the Colourpop and just a bit bigger than the Fenty. So that should give you like a good reference of the size of it. Again, if you are like me, I have many lip glosses, honestly. You know, they don't need to be huge. Would I spend £5 on it? Honestly, I quite like it. It looks quite nice. Let me put in a bit more. I don't know how much the shift comes through in this lip combination, just because I already have quite a pinky lip on, but I think even through the camera you can see it gave it a little bit more gloss. So if you enjoy a juicy glossy lip, you will really like these. I don't really know how many different colors it comes in, if I'm honest, but I really like it. And Soda is one of those brands that I've seen them popping up on Beauty Bay, and they seem like a really affordable, fun and quite young brand. Like, I think they target a younger audience. The packaging doesn't feel the most luxe, if I'm honest. Like, the packaging feels quite cheap, but the product itself is really nice. And again, with these kind of lip products, sometimes they can get a bit gritty. This one, I can't feel that it has glitter in it at all, and it just makes my lips a lot more juicy. So altogether, you know, I'm really happy with all these products, and that's it. The only thing I have left in the box is just some packaging, but I got all the products out also with the Soda lip gloss, actually, just as a last thing. It comes with some little stickers as well, so again, you know, it's a more young brand. It comes with like a fun box as well. But I really enjoyed this box. I feel like it's a really good value. At the time I'm filming this, I looked on a website, they still have these boxes. So I feel like, you know, even if you have like 1 or 2 items from this box, I still feel like it's worth it, because just like basically, you know, some of these, like 3 of these products, like the more expensive ones, already pay for the box. Now, if those are the ones that you have, you know, you might have to calculate to see if it's actually worth it for you. But, you know, it's £50. I feel like it would make a great present as well for a beauty lover. Or, you know, you can buy this box, and then if you don't want to keep it for yourself, you can buy this and then dissect it and then have a few presents ready for other people. So either way, I feel like you can get a really good value out of this box. I feel like it is worth it. Or if you're just like me and want to try out a few products from brands that I feel like are not necessarily as mainstream. It's not like a, I don't know, Becca, or I don't know, I'm trying to look around, Colourpop, or I don't know, what is a mainstream brand nowadays? I feel a bit out of touch. I don't know, Urban Decay. Like, you know, it's not those type of brands. It's more brands that you cannot necessarily find in stores. Yeah, let's go with that, because you cannot. So I quite enjoyed using these. I feel like, again, it's an amazing value. I said it many times already, but I truly believe it is. I do really think it's worth it. Just to answer the question, yes, it's worth it. I do recommend this box if you want to pick it up for yourself, for someone as a present, or if you just want to dissect it to several other presents and maybe keep some for yourself as well. I feel like you will get great value of it anyway. But let me know, what do you think? Did you purchase this box? Let me know. But for now, we're gonna go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up with products in my hand, and please consider subscribing. It would mean so much to me. But for now, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.